Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is the final countdown day. President Trump's warning and ultimatum runs out at 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So we'll just have to see if things get a little crazy then or not. Check out the Artemis pictures from the Artemis mission to the moon if you get a chance. They're pretty cool. They got some pretty good shots, so it's kind of interesting. Mrs. OVP is getting a colonoscopy today, which I'm sure is fun. But I had to take her, so I'm on like 3 hours of sleep. So, yeah, it's going to be a long day, but hey, we'll get through it. The IDF has warned its people to avoid travel by train today throughout Iran for the sake of your security. That makes absolutely no sense at all because they also told them to go gather around the infrastructure like the bridges and the power plants to be used as a human shield. So what really makes a difference if they're standing in front of a power plant that we're going to bomb or they're riding on a train that we're going to bomb? Doesn't make any sense to me. Vice President Vance will take part in potential direct talks with the Iranian representatives if ongoing contacts through intermediaries lead to them, according to Politico. According to the source, Vance is on standby, prepared to jump into sensitive negotiations with Iran if back-channel talks advance to the point of a direct meeting with the Iranian officials. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen because there's also been reports coming out that Iran has told the intermediaries that their services are no longer required and they would not be talking to the U.S. government at all. So I don't think Vance has to worry about jumping into action here anytime soon. A group of 175 Russian employees evacuated from the Iran's Bashir nuclear power plant, and they have taken a special flight from the Armenian capital to Moscow. So they're getting out of Dodge. That's probably not a good thing. Moscow has said they would carefully consider a request to grant asylum to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro should one be received. The European Union intends to strip Hungary of its voting rights if Viktor Orban wins the national election again. A senior U.S. official says direct contact with Iran are ongoing and positive, with a possible breakthrough soon, but major gaps still remain. That is from a Fox News report. You know, you hear that from our side. From the other side, you hear we don't even want to talk to them. So I guess we're going to find out at 8 p.m. tonight what's really going on. A senior Iranian source told Reuters if the U.S. attacks Iran's power plants, the entire region of Saudi Arabia will fall into complete darkness. Iran has stated that oil and gas will be cut off for years if President Trump carries out his threats. China said it is prepared to help end the war in Iran. I don't exactly know what it would entail, but that's what they said. Fox News reports that the U.S. military has launched strikes on bunkers, radar stations, and ammunition storage facilities on Karg Island. President Trump claimed that Iran will cease to exist as a civilization if a deal doesn't get done by tonight's deadline. Quote, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. Wow, that's a wild statement. President Trump says that Tucker Carlson is a low IQ person who has no idea what's going on. The White House has denied it is considering using nuclear weapons in Iran. That's my biggest concern, because once you open that can of worms, you're just basically giving the green light to everybody else, too. Australia has charged an ex-soldier with 5 war crime murders in Afghanistan. I heard a little bit about this last night. Apparently, this is their most highly decorated soldier, and, well, he's done some bad things. Iran says that all diplomatic channels and indirect talks have been frozen after President Trump's recent threats. A Panama bridge has been destroyed by a fuel tanker explosion. Vietnam has elected the Communist Party chief as president, echoing China's power structure. U.S. oil is now trading above $117 a barrel. Delta Airline has raised its checked bag fee $10 amid jet fuel prices surge, joining other carriers. The U.S. has issued a shelter-in-place order for all Americans in Bahrain. I don't know why there would be anybody in Bahrain. I suppose business, I guess, because this would be a really bad time to go on vacation there. Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu has confirmed that Israel's Air Force carried out strikes on railroads and bridges in Iran. That must be why they don't want anybody going to the train station. They just want them to hang around the bridges and the power plants instead. So, yesterday I learned that bombing the power plants isn't necessarily a war crime. It all kind of depends. If the military uses the power plant to power its stuff, equipment, radars, etc., things like that, then it is considered a military target. However, if they don't, and it's only used for civilian purposes, then it is a war crime. So it's kind of a gray area because, our side's going to say, well, they're using that for the military, and Iran's going to say, no, we're not. And so, yeah, it's kind of a gray area. And that's about all the good news for today. Well, none of it's good, but that's why we call it the Doom Report. So, guys, keep an eye on things come 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to have to just see what happens. So, I don't have any guesses. I don't know. Trump may hit a couple little things and say, okay, now you got 5 more days and before we hit the rest, or who knows what's going to happen. But the deadline's approaching. And if you get a chance, check out all them pictures from the Artemis mission. They are pretty cool. I got to admit, they got some pretty good pictures. It's really neat to look at. So give them a look-see and see what you think. I enjoyed them. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. Try to make it a good day. Try to stay positive. Keep your spirits up. I know things are crazy right now, but we all got to keep our mental health in a good place. Keep prepping. Keep doing the things. Don't wait for SHTF because it's definitely not going to wait for you. If things get crazy, I may do a little update later on tonight on my lunch break. If I'm not sleeping, we will see you all on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, push all the buttons, do all the things. It helps. The tube has not been friendly to me lately, or, well, none of the people in the prepping community, actually. But so, yeah, so all that stuff helps. I appreciate it. You guys are great. You know what? We wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for you guys. So I appreciate you guys coming every day and listening to me babble on about nonsense and crazy stuff and news and all that good stuff. So, hey, thanks again, guys. And we will see you all on the next one. This is OVP signing out for now.